Hello everyone, Someone Bart here. Well, I was thinking about doing a month dedicated to Valentine's Day, but since the holiday is earlier in the month, I wasn't planning on doing it. But then I realized that the films I'm reviewing have focused on romance, so I thought, what the hey, I'll just do a whole month dedicated to it. So, this month only will be a one-time event I'm going to be calling Romance Month. Which would mean the films I'm reviewing will focus more on romance than on Valentine's Day. So with that said, let's start off by talking about one of the most tragic disasters of the 20th century. On April 10th, 1912, a luxury ship called the RMS Titanic set for sail from Southampton, England to New York City, making stops at France and Ireland, carrying aboard approximately 2,240 passengers and crew members. But on April 14th at 11:40 p.m., the ship collided with an iceberg, causing it to sink. On April 15th at approximately 2:20 a.m., the ship had gone into the ocean. More than 1,500 people lost their lives, and only 705 survived. But then Hollywood began making film adaptations about the tragic disaster, with ones done well and ones done poorly. Until in 1985, when scientists discovered the ship lying at the bottom of the Atlantic. They discovered what remains inside and how it sunk. And then, 85 years after the ship's disaster, filmmaker James Cameron, who visited the ship 12 times, had decided to tell the story of the Titanic as it really happened. And mixing it in with a story of romance, as well as combining big special effects, the film he made had become the highest-grossing film of its time, winning 11 Oscars including Best Picture, and even getting a 3D re-release for the film's 25th anniversary, and just 100 years after the ship's disaster. And this film is simply titled Titanic. While searching the Titanic for artifacts to preserve, a treasure hunter named Brock Lovett discovers a drawing of a woman wearing a blue heart-shaped diamond, which is what he is after. Upon seeing the drawing on TV, an elderly woman named Rose calls Lovett about the drawing, saying she's the one in it. So she and her granddaughter visit the hunter's vessel and tells her romantic yet tragic journey on the Titanic. And most of the movie tells about her and a poor artist named Jack Dawson having fun and romantic moments together, while her fiancé, Cal Hockley, her mother Ruth, and Cal's second-hand man, Spicer Lovejoy, try to have Rose and Jack not be together. All mixed in with the actual people on the ship who carried the story of the ill-fated ship. So what do I think of this movie? Well, I saw it as a fantastic film, and it's the fastest 3 hours I've ever sat through. But with most films I like, there are problems with it. First of all, I never liked Rose's mother. She seems too much of a stick in the mud, and only cares for being proper and inheriting Cal's fortune once Rose marries him. Seeing that even though they're wealthy, they lost their money and the mother forces Rose to marry someone of wealth. I was going to reference Corpse Bride into this, but since it's not an arranged marriage, I decided not to use it. The other is the ending, where Rose throws the diamond overboard. She finds the diamond in her coat pocket, and up until she was telling the story, she never brought up the diamond in her pocket. In fact, why didn't she say what happened to the diamond? Why didn't she say she was keeping it? Why didn't she just give Lovett the diamond, so he can smoke that victory cigar? All these questions, and probably more, don't have answers to them. But I do know why she kept it, mostly in memory of Jack, I'd say. But why she threw it away? I have no clue. Even if that's the only thing she has physically, there's no reason for her to toss it aside. But on the plus side, there are some good things about it. Like, of course, the effects. They are outstanding. But much like Jumanji, some of it is a bit dated, and not quite matted out well. But again, they are still very good, especially by today's standards. But the things that made me cry the most are the moments from where Rose calls out to the passing lifeboat that's finding survivors, all up to when the characters wait for an absolution. And when those scenes played, they became the ultimate tearjerker for me. The way it's paced, the way it's edited, the way the music plays out, it made me cry for like 2 or 3 minutes. They were absolutely well made and beautiful. And especially to the actors who've done a great job at playing their characters. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Jack Dawson. Kate Winslet plays Rose DeWitt Bukater. Billy Zane plays Kaladin Cal Hockley. Kathy Bates plays Molly Brown. Frances Fisher plays Ruth DeWitt Bukater. Gloria Stewart plays Ode Rose. Bill Paxton plays Brock Lovett. Bernard Hill plays Captain Edward James Smith. David Warner plays Spicer Lovejoy. Victor Garber plays Thomas Andrews. And Jonathan Hyde plays Bruce Ismay. As a whole, this movie is fantastic. The characters, for the most part, are pretty good. The story is very well done, and the effects are amazing. Director James Cameron had done a well job at bringing the tragic story of the Titanic to the big screen, as well as mixing it with the fictional elements to make it flow naturally and wonderfully. So today, this movie will be given a rating of 3.5 stars. Thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, and tune in next Wednesday for more of Romance Month.